Hi folks, my name is Sam. I'm an herbalist currently residing in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Oregon. I left there about 10 years ago. I've been lucky enough to live many places and traveled many places in between the time that I left Oregon to the time that I bought my home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I graduated American College of Healthcare Sciences with an applied science degree in herbal studies. This technically deems me as a master herbalist. As flattered as I am, I do not believe in that kind of term. Herbalism is a lifelong practice. There's no such thing in my eyes as a master of this craft. I also studied tropical plant medicine. I had an apprenticeship with Wild Ginger, formerly known as Centro O'Shea, down in Manzanillo, Costa Rica, which is in the Talamanca region, on the knuckle of the jungle, right on the Caribbean side of the country. As valuable as that experience was, I will not be teaching anything about tropical plant medicine. If you are interested or intrigued by the subject, I encourage you to check out Wild Ginger's offerings. I will put a link below this video to their website. So, let's see. The reason why I'm here today is to just introduce myself and just kind of talk about what folk herbalism is, the basics of it, and what I will be offering to you in the following lessons to come. So, let's start. Folk herbalism. What is folk herbalism? Folk herbalism is a traditional ancestral healing practice that utilizes bioregional and local cultural influences and plant medicine to heal yourself and others. Folk herbalism goes back to, father of medicine, Hippocrates. It is utilized in many different cultures by healers all over the world. For instance, you may have heard of shamans down in Peru. They are naturally usually in the Amazon rainforest or on the skirts of it. When I lived in Arequipa, Peru, I spent some time in Cusco and Aguascalientes area, and you would see shamans hustling and bustling about. In Mexico, you have brujas and brujos. In voodoo culture or Haiti, you have your witch doctors. From my experience, they bleed also into New Orleans or other populaces that have Haitian people. After you have African herbalists, you have in indigenous cultures, First Nation people, they have their medicine people, men, women, or whatever gender. You have in Western culture your witches and your sorcerers, which many people still go by those terms as well, but that has evolved into your everyday Western herbalist, which is what I am. I will be teaching you Western herbalism with a science background. What is herbal medicine, plant medicine? Herbal medicine, by definition, is the study or practice of the medicine or therapeutic use of plants. So plants have active constituents. Active constituents are the chemicals of a plant that has the medicinal effect on the body. So there are many active constituents, but they are consolidated into 16 main groups. You have alkaloids, flavonoids, tannins, saponins, glycosides, cardiac glycosides, the list goes on. The science of that will be touched. I will touch base on it, but I will mostly consolidate those to separate classes for us science nerds, so we can geek out together on those and not bore those that aren't interested in the science behind it. So what I will be teaching in the following classes, of course, I will touch base on the basics, like what is a tincture, how to make a tincture, how to formulate a tincture, medicinal teas, decoctions, when to make a medicinal tea and when to make a decoction, how to make them and how to formulate them or blend them, how to make them taste good. That's sometimes really tricky. Salves, I'll teach you how to make a salve. For instance, I have this is the All Heal salve that's on our Apothecary online. This All Heal salve is good for skin irritations. It is good for eczema, bee stings, nettle stings, diaper rash. Also, it helps with muscle aches and pains and nerve pain. So we'll learn how to make something together similar to this. I also will have classes how to make lotions, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, deodorant, conditioner, bath washes, body washes, whatever you want to call them. And this is important because not only will you have an organic, ethically made source product, that's like quality stuff, but you also will be saving on your carbon footprint because there's no plastic use. There's no plastic bags or containers or lids. You can just make the batch of it and put it in a jar or whatever you have, a tin, around the house. So that's pretty neat. Those are fun. One of the first classes I'll probably do is a balance class. It'll be about mostly touch base on like holistic approaches to handle your anxiety and your depression. We'll talk about finding your plant ally that's going to help you navigate you through the darkness and find that light, which is really important right now in times like this. We'll have classes. I'll have a class that talks about cultural appropriation and how to navigate your herbal practice ethically and being conscious of cultural appropriation in your practice. I'll also have a class talking about ethically wildcrafting, ethically resourcing, and sustainable cultivation. If the weather is nicer by then, maybe we'll go on a hike or a walk, and I'll show you some identifications of different plants, how to forage, stuff like that, ethically. And then, of course, I'll have a class that's for us science nerds about phytochemistry and phytotherapy, and maybe break it down. Depending on the audience, maybe I'll have a couple more of those classes as well. And then, of course, I'll have a Materia Medica series. So what is Materia Medica? Materia Medica is essentially an A to Z guide of whatever herb that's in your local area. I'll have a picture of it. The medicinal uses, the benefits, the Latin name, the common names, your plant constituents, the essences, maybe the actions, and then also like how to use it, maybe some history, where to find it. This is one of my favorite go-tos for beginners. This is the Herbal Apothecary by Dr. J.J. Pursells out of Portland, Oregon. I have been to their shop, the herb shop. It's pretty good. It's pretty thorough. Yeah, so this is a good beginner if you're looking to kind of start digging in. And of course, the classic Rosemary Gladstars herbal recipes for vibrant health. This is how I began. My brew house friend down in New Orleans recommended it to me, and this was kind of my stepping stone into herbalism years ago. Her book is more recipes and advice, and then in the back she has a Materia Medica. It's not as extensive as the Pursells, but it's still good and it's very informative. Rosemary Gladstars' family just went through a lot of trauma, so I definitely encourage you to support her and her family and grab a book while you can. So in my Materia Medica, I'll go over most classes of herbs. There's different classes. I shouldn't call it classes, but there's different categories. So you have like nervines, for instance, which are really, really important right now. Nervine herbs, which are mostly what's tattooed on my body because I swear by them. They act as nerve tonics. They strengthen, cleanse, and tone your nervous system and sometimes rehabilitate them. If you didn't know, trauma is actually stored in your nervous system partially, and by having the right therapy and the right tools, as well as your right plant ally, nervine plant ally, it can help heal that trauma that you have gone through previously or are going through currently. And I know a lot of people are experience in COVID-19 as a traumatic event. I will also talk about, antispasmodics, antidepressants, diuretic herbs, which are for the urinary system, diaphoretic herbs, which, they induce perspiration, which are pretty important if you catch a cold right now or if you get sick. We'll talk about anthelmetic, nutritive herbs, alternative herbs to help balance the cardiovascular and integumentary system. What else? Demulcent herbs, emollient herbs, expectorant herbs, whatever may have you, whatever's clever, whatever I think is important that week. So this series, these are my offerings to you, these classes, to the world right now. What I'm going to teach you, a series like this would cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Lord knows my education costs even more than that. But I believe right now that I want all of our communities to be as self-sufficient and as self-sustainable as possible, as humanly possible right now. But in order to keep me going and being able to do this for free, I just need you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment, leave a review, send me a message, find my Facebook, find my Instagram, and most importantly, of course, check out my website, www.samwith2msbones.com. And then on the top right, you'll see is the Dark Hearts Apothecary. Just click on that, and you'll see all my products. And if you're just curious, go ahead and check it out too. You can see how I formulate things and talk about different products and different tinctures and uses and stuff. I also have some articles up there too. And if you're affected by COVID-19, you get a 10% discount. So just send me an email and we'll work something out. And then most importantly, just utilize this knowledge and these teachings to heal yourself and your family and your community. I believe that by doing so, we can rise above the endeavors that we are facing and just become strong in unity. All right, guys. Well, be safe, stay home, stay strong. Until next week.